Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Jazakallah for joining our third lesson on module 3. Okay, do we have any questions regarding on the previous lessons or everyone's okay?
Alhamdulillah. I'm okay.
Alhamdulillah,
Yeah,
everyone's good?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay,
Yeah, Alhamdulillah.
okay. I'm just going to ask some questions before we start today's lesson. Brother Fahim, I'm going to ask you, what is sakta?
Sajdah is the stopping between two letters.
Yeah, but is it a normal stopping or is it a different type of stopping?
Oh, it's the stopping where your the voice, so your breath stops.
Not stops. Your breath doesn't stop. If your breath does stop, it's called this waqf. Like the rest of the Quran, when we stop, like you said, فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ. You stopped and you renewed your breath, okay? You took a nice deep breath. That's called a normal stopping. It's called a waqf, okay? But sakta is something else. Sakta is you stop, but you hold on to your breath. So imagine the same example. This is not a word of sakta, but I'm just going to give an example. فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ. I did stop, I did pause for a bit, but I didn't get a new breath. I kept holding to my the same breath, yeah? But this only comes in 4 places in the Quran. So I mentioned it last week. One of those places in Surah Yasin. قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما. Okay, after we say qadina, we keep hold on to our breath. We just pause for maybe a second or something and we carry on. But if we don't keep hold of our breath and we renewed the breath, it would be something like this. قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد. Okay, we don't do it like that. It's only 4 places in the Quran. Okay, that's good. Brother Imran, openers. What are the openers? Or they are called حروف المقطعات. What are they? And do we read them like the rest of the Quran? Oh, he went. Sorry. He went and he joined again. Okay, I'll ask this question to Brother Amin. Brother Amin, did you hear?
Yeah,
Brother Amin?
I did Ustad.
Okay, openers. What are openers? And are they or huruf al-muqatta'at? What are those? And how are they different from the rest of the Quran?
It's like it's like a sing. It's like they have to be long, like alif lam mim. Like
okay, so we don't read them like the rest of the Quran. We don't say the sound. We say the full letters here.
Yeah. So you said the full letters, yes. Yeah,
okay, it's okay. That's good. Where do they come? Are they? Where do they come in the Quran? And what do they mean? Do you know the meaning?
They normally come at the start of.
Okay.
At the start.
Start of what? Start of a verse or start of a surah?
A surah.
Okay, that's good.
Surah, yeah.
Okay.
And then you have to just stretch every letter when you're
that's good. That's good. So some of them will have one stretching, one alif. Some of them would have 3 or 4. Yeah. What do they mean? Do we know the meaning?
I've forgotten. Sorry.
No, it's a big no. We don't. That's why I explained it from the Quran. There's 2 types of knowledge. One is clear-cut knowledge. Allah said, pray. Allah said, be good to your neighbors, be good to your parents, follow Allah. All these are clear-cut. We should try to understand the meaning as much as we can. Okay. We should ponder on the meaning and we should try to understand it. There's another type of knowledge in the Quran, which is mutashabi. Okay, not clear. Okay, not opened. Those ones we don't open it. If Allah kept it closed from our understanding, we keep it closed. But we still have to believe in those verses exactly the same way we believe in the clear verses. Yeah. The only thing we believe in both verses exact same. The only thing is ones, the clear ones, we can try, we have to try to understand. We should understand it. It's a part of our deen. We should understand it. We should act upon it. Unclear ones, we believe it, we don't understand it, and we just leave it to Allah. Okay, Allah knows the best. That's why Imam Malik, there is a very good saying. I forgot to say it last week. Imam Malik said about mutashabi, about these complicated or unclear verses. He said, we know what it means. No, sorry, not these verses, not these verses. Do you know when I was saying Allah's hands and Allah's eyes, so sometimes Allah says Yadullahi fawqa aydihim, Allah's hand is on top of the hands, or Nuh alayhi salam, he made his boat and Allah was in front of Allah's eyes. Do you know, there's so many of these verses come. Okay, what do they mean? Or Allah has risen on his throne. So what does it mean? Does it mean he's sitting down, or what? All these Imam Malik says, the Arabic word, we know the meaning, because yad means hands, ayn means eyes, istiwa means when someone goes up on something, okay? But we know the meaning, but what type it is, we don't know. So he says, al-istiwa'u ma'lumun. We know the Arabic meaning of the word, but because it's connected to Allah, we wouldn't try to understand the meaning. Okay, we have to believe in it, and asking questions regarding it is bidah. Okay, we shouldn't, because you can see Prophet's time, Sahaba's time, they used to have other things to ask about, how to pray, how to do this, how to do that. They never used to not waste the time. They never used to make themselves busy in those verses or in those things which are not clear. Okay, they used to be more concerned, and they used to keep themselves more busy on those verses and on those hadiths which are clear cut. And those which are not clear cut, Allah even said, don't fall in the trap, otherwise you're going to become deviant. Okay, you'll fall away from the straight path if you try to understand the meanings. Okay, so Brother Imran left and he came back. Brother Imran, silent letters is okay. Alif in the word ana.
Yeah.
Joining noon.
Yeah.
What is joining noon? So
yes, try explain or
yeah. So there's Arabic word and there's a small noon here, and then the Arabic word starts. What is the small noon? Is that a stopping sign, or what is it?
no, basically that noon normally it's like you join it, so it's like, you know, in English, if you forgot a word, we put that kind of that line, and above it we write it, so it's like join it.
So in this was just an example. Okay, this, do you know, in English I said when you forget a letter and then we just put an arrow. Okay, this is completely different, but it's like that in that way that we have to include it. But this noon, it only comes when we want to join the next word. So like, you know, it comes in wailul likulli humazatil lumazah. If we stop in wailul likulli humazatil lumazah, we will stop on the two ta, round ta, but it'll become a sakin. Yeah, wailul likulli humazatil lumazah. Then we say alladhi jama'a. If we stop on the circle, we say alladhi. But if we want to carry on, then there's a small noon you're going to see. We say wailul likulli humazatil nilladhi jama'a. Okay, if we carry on, we say the noon. If we're gonna stop, we ignore the noon. That's how it is, yeah?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Let's go to our lesson today. We've done silent letters in Arabic Quran, or in Quran, the only three letters they can be silent is alif waw ya. If there's any other letter, they don't have a fatha damma kasra, we should ask someone what it is, because most probably it's going to be something, the printing has been missed. Okay, Bismillah. We've done this before, that's why I'm just going to do it fast. Difference between the letter alif and the letter lam when they are joining. So if you're reading Quran and you see a long line, okay, you're reading Quran, you see a long line, so that line can be, it can either be an alif if it's facing this way, or it can be a lam if it's facing this way. Yeah. So this alif here, this long line here, what is it? Is it an alif or is it a lam?
Alif.
It's an alif because it's facing with the letter before. Okay, So this is alif. What about this one?
It's a lam.
It's a lam. Brother Amin, are you with us?
Yep, I am. Yeah.
Okay. So if you see a long line, it can be an alif or it can be a lam. It all depends which way it's facing. If it's facing with the letter before, if it's connected with the letter before, it's alif. If it's connected with the next letter, it's a lam. Okay. Also, lam comes of, okay. So this is an alif. This is an alif as well. This is a lam. It's because it's with the next letter. What about this one? This first one, the first one.
It's a lam.
It's a lam.
Lam.
What about this one? What about this one in the middle? It's connected both ways. If it's connected both ways, it's a lam
It's
as
a
well.
lam.
Yes. So alif only comes this way. Lam comes this way, and it also joins with the letter before. Okay. So lam, this would never be a lam. Let me just delete all that. This is alif, yeah. This is lam. This is also lam. When it's connected from both sides and it's in the middle, yeah, like this. In this verse, you can see lam. The first lam is joined like this, and the second lam is joined both ways. Okay. Next subject is the naughty letters. Who knows about these naughty letters? Anyone? There are six letters in Arabic. They are called naughty letters. Why are they called naughty letters? Because they don't join with the next letter. So I will show you in the Quran. Normally, people the children normally when I teach them, they mix it up because when they see something like this. Wait. When they see something like this, noon ba dal, sometimes they think this is a dal, because in Quran noon sometimes comes a bit tilted. It comes a bit tilted like this. So when noon comes a bit tilted, they think this is dal. That's why we should know that this can never be dal, because these are 6 letters. They don't join with the next letter. That's why they call naughty letters. They join with the letter before. So alif. So we can have this. In the example of alif, we can have fa alif. They'll join with the letter before. We can have sin wow. Wow joins with the letter before. But you wouldn't get wow, and after wow, if there's a qaf, you wouldn't get them to join. Okay. So they don't join with the next letter. I'm just going to quickly go to the Quran, and I'm just going to point some of them out, and then we'll come and carry on, inshallah. Okay. Let's zoom inside here. Brother Imran, you concentrate on alif and waw. There's 6 letters, so I'm just going to divide it between 3. Brother Imran, you concentrate on alif and waw. Brother Fahim, dal, dal. Brother Amin, raza. Yeah. Now, every time we see these letters, we're going to see that they are separated from the next letter. Okay. We're just going to see a few examples, and then we'll go back to reading again. Okay. Let me just show you this one. Is mim one of those letters? Naughty?
No.
No. So can you see mim is joining the noon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Noon normally joins, but in here it's not joining because this word min is one word. That's why it doesn't join the next letter. Look at this. Ra doesn't join the next one. Okay. Can you see noon is joining here? So noon is not a naughty letter. Sometimes it joins, sometimes it doesn't join. It all depends on if it's the same word or not the same word. Look at waw, look at za, look at waw, look at ra. They don't join the next letter. Look at this waw. Can you see? They are not joining. So that's why it's called naughty letters, because they don't join with the next letter, but they can always join with the letter before. Okay, let's go back to our slides. Okay, so is that clear with the naughty letters?
Yeah.
The next one we go, idgham. What is idgham? Idgham is after nun sakin or tanween. We're talking about idgham and nun sakin. After nun sakin or tanween, if one of these letters come, yarmalun, ya ra mim lam waw nun, we should do idgham. What do? We change. We ignore and we merge. We ignore or we merge. Okay. The nun sakin, and then we do gunna. So like what was it? Man ya'mal. We don't say man ya'mal. We say man ya'mal. We ignore the noon or we merge it into the ya and we read it. There are 4 places in the Quran. These are 4 places, 4 exceptions in the Quran. Even after noon sakin, the letters of idgham came, but we didn't do idgham. Okay, we read the izhar like this. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Swin 1. After noon sakin, wow came. But we don't say swin. We don't say swin 1. We say swin 1. We have to read it clear and fast. Swin 1. That's why I got the Quran. The surah name and this verse number. So this is number 2 is the second surah of the Quran. 85 is the verse number. 6 is the surah number. 99 is the verse number. So you can mark in your Quran. So next time when you read these verses or these 4 words, we wouldn't do idgham. Okay. Why don't we do idgham in these 4 words? Because for idgham, we don't really need to know the reason. If you want to know the reason is for idgham, the noon has to be in a different word, and then the ya ra mim lam waw noon has to be in a different word. Okay, so it has to be something like this. There has to be some separation in between. But in these words, the noon is within the word. It's not 2 different words. Okay, that's why it's not. But for us to know what is 2 words, what is 1 word, you have to know the Arabic language. So let's just keep it like this. These are 4 exceptions. Yeah. So if you can mark in your Quran these 4 exceptions, and I also done last week ana. The word ana, we don't make it long, even though after fatha there's an empty alif. Only in the word ana, we don't make the alif long. Besides, there's 4 places in the Quran. I did say I'm gonna let you know this week. I've got it down, but I just couldn't put it in my slides. Okay, so when I put it in my slides, I'll put it. If not, I'll just send you on the WhatsApp group, and then you can just mark it down in the Quran where those 4 places are, where ana, we would read the alif in the noon, in the word ana. That's done, and let's go and see the next one. Next one is Sajdah Tilawa. I'm sure everyone knows Sajdah Tilawa. There are 14, 15 verses in the Quran. When we read those verses, it becomes wajib, it becomes necessary on us. We have to do sajdah. How do we do sajdah? We have to make sure we have wudu. We stand up facing the Qibla, and we just drop straight. From standing, we just go to sajdah straight. We don't have to we can make intention, okay? I'm doing sajdah because I read this verse. In our head, we can just make the intention, but we don't have to raise our hands and say Allahu Akbar, nothing. From standing, we just say Allahu Akbar, we go to sajdah, we read Subhana Rabbiyal A'la 3 times, and it's done. Okay? Every time you read a sajdah verse, you have to do sajdah. So in one sitting, if you read multiple different sajdah verses, you have to do multiple sajdas. So if you in one sitting, imagine someone tried to finish the Quran in one sitting, and they read all 15 sajdas in one verse in one sitting, or someone was reading juz number 30, and they read these 2 sajdas. Even though you were in one sitting, because you read different sajdas, different parts of the Quran sajdas, you have to do different multiple sajdas. Yeah. So when you stand up, you do sajdah 3 times. You read Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, and you sit down, you go on sajdah again, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la 3 times. How many sajdas are in the Quran? There's about 14 or 15 sajdas. In 14 of them, Imam Malik, Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Shafi, Imam Abu Hanifa, in 14 of them they agree. Just in 2 they disagree. So this one, Imam Shafi says, according to his madhab, this is a sajda verse. Okay? But Imam Abu Hanifa says no. This one, 11, Imam Abu Hanifa says, in my madhab, this is a sajda. Imam Shafi says no. But it's nothing big. There's always difference of opinions. But at least in 14 they agreed. In 1 they differed. It's not the end of the world. Okay? Whenever the word sajda appears in the Quran, on the margin of the Quran, then on reciting the verse, sajda becomes wajib. We have to say that sajda is also known as sajda tilawa. Yeah. In the Quran, these are indicated. They're indicated in different ways. So some Qurans you would get something like this. It's like a mihrab. It's like a mosque sign or mosque door sign. Some Quran, they will write the word sajda, okay? And some Quran, it would just, you will know, there'll always be an overline in the Quran, or with an overline on the word of sajda. Yeah, there are 14, 15 verses in the Quran. Once we read it, we do sajda. What is the wisdom behind doing sajda? Why do we have to do sajda? Prophet ﷺ said in hadith that Abu Hurairah who reported a very famous hadith. Okay, he is one of the biggest narrators. Okay, the most hadith narrated is by Imam Abu Hurairah. He said, Prophet Muhammad said, when the son of Adam recites a verse of prostration, as in a verse of sajda, and he prostrates, after you recite the verse of sajda, you go into sajda and you read Subhana Rabbiyal A'la 3 times. Shaitan withdraws and he weeps and he says, woe to me, the son of Adam was commanded to prostrate and he prostrated. Okay, because when you read sajda verses, you are telling Allah that I am going to prostrate to you, and then you do prostrate. That's why every sajda ayah is going to have these 3 root letters, sajada. So sometimes it's going to have usjudu, sometimes it's going to be sajadu, or usjud, wasjudhu, or there's going to be these 3 letters in the sajda verse. Okay, these are the root of sajda. So the son of Adam, he was commanded to prostrate and he prostrated, so he will go to paradise. And I was commanded to prostrate and I refused, and I will go to hellfire. So he gets very angry, he gets very frustrated, and he starts crying. He goes mad. So that's why every time we read sajda verse, it becomes wajib for us to do sajda. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna go any ahead here. I've just got 3 slides left. We'll do that next week, inshallah. What we will do now is, any questions so far, or everyone's okay?
Yeah.
No question.
As I said, module 4 is just it's more or less just information. It's nothing to really, it's not like module 1 and 2. We have to know where the letter is coming from, the articulation point of the letters, or full math and empty math. This is just intake. Okay, mashallah. What we'll do now is we will do another few surahs, and I did say I'm going to send the test paper. I'm going to actually send it next week sometimes on the WhatsApp group. Answer it and just send it back to me, or we can do it together. Actually, you know what? Answer those questions if you can in your own time. Don't try to check the answers in the book. Try to answer it straight from your head, and just send it back on the WhatsApp group. Actually, private message it to me. If you send it, then just private message it to me whenever you get a chance. There's no rush that when I send the paper, you have to straight do it. Whenever you get a chance to do it, you do it. We done Surah Kafirun, so we've got 3 more surahs left.
Ustad, you know the test, is it specifically on module, just on module 4?
No, it's going to be 1 to 4. That's why I told everyone to revise. It's going to be 1 to 4, but it's just going to have like 2 or 3 questions from 1, 2 or 3 from 2. I just want to see randomly how good your understanding is. That's it.
Inshallah.
Okay. So try. If you can't, what you can do is, what I will do, I will break it. I will write module 1 and I'll give 2, 3 questions. Then in next page, I'll write module 2. So if it is easy for you, you can just go over module 1 and then try to answer the questions. And then maybe the same day evening, you can try to go over module 2, answer those questions. But don't try to check the module 1 and at the same time answer the questions. Understand module 1 fully, and then come to the test questions and try to answer the questions. Okay? In that way, everything we've done, because we've started this in November, December, January, February, March, it's been 5 months. So module 1, module 2 is going to start going away unless we've always looked at those modules, all the slides. So just to get everything back fresh, that's why it's best to have a small test. Okay?
Yeah, Farooq bhai, do you you know, at the end of the the whole Tajweed class, do you get like a certificate or something?
Certificate, yeah. I told inshallah you'll get it. I told Ustad Junaid, he's in charge of everything. So I told him, and he said he is making it. Inshallah, everyone will get it. There might be some delay, because this
Okay,
is the
so
first time. This is the first time we done Tajweed. So it took us a lot of time to make all the slides, and now we have to do the certificate. Plus, as soon as this finishes, this is gonna finish next Wednesday. The following Wednesday, I'm gonna start the whole four seasons again.
okay.
Okay. So if you did, inshallah, everyone did benefit from this. Just spread the word with your friends, or if anyone wants to do it, but it's gonna go for another 4 months. Okay.
Okay, inshallah.
So we done November, December, January, February. I know we took some weeks in the middle break. That's why we ended up in March. But from March, we were meant to start the second part again. Okay.
Ustad, I have some questions, but I'll ask after this, inshallah.
Okay. Yeah, this here. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Surah إنا أعطينا. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من
الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
إنا أعطيناك الكوثر.
إنا أعطيناك الكوثر.
إنا أعطيناك الكوثر.
إنا أعطيناك الكوثر.
فصل لربك وانحر.
فصل لربك وانحر.
فصل لربك وانحر.
فصل
لربك وانحر.
إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Okay. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله
الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay. Inna, I marked it because the 3 seconds long. أعطينا, like always. أعوذ. Do you know Hamza very strong? Ayn is soft. That's why I marked it. Ta is full mouth, and Kawthar. Tha is a very soft and very gentle letter. Yeah. So let's not make it into a sa. If you make it into a sa, it becomes more stronger. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ. The only reason I marked ra is full mouth. Inna gunna nun shadda. Shani aka. This is not an ayn. This is a hamza. Okay. You'll always see hamza in the Quran. Hamza is gonna come. It's either gonna see on waw, or it's gonna see on ya, or it's gonna always see on something. Okay. Hamza is always sitting on something. So it's gonna be something like this. Because hamza is too small. If they don't let it sit on something, it'll just go hide. It'll just go missing. That's why it's always sitting on something, yeah? Okay, and then abtar, I marked this because there's a qalqala here. Okay, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar.
إنا أعطيناك الكوثر.
Okay, just remember here, أعطينا. Alif is strong and Ain is soft. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر.
أعطيناك الكوثر.
فصل لربك وانحر.
فصل لربك وانحر.
إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
أبتر. Okay. Let's go to the next surah. إن شانئك هو الأبتر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين. بالدين.
أرأيت الذي
الذي يكذب بالدين.
There's a thal here. There's a thal here. Just try to be calm and soft. The thal is a soft letter. If you make it strong, if you put too much emphasis, it becomes a za. Okay, we don't want to make it into a za. فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم.
فذلك
ذلك
الذي
يدعو اليتيم.
Okay, let me just mark this. Okay, ذال 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 ذال. Okay, فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم.
فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم
ولا يحض على طعام المسكين.
ولا يعد على طعام المسكين
ولا يحض على طعام المسكين.
ولا يعد على طعام المسكين
فويل للمصلين.
فويل للمصلين.
Okay, the alif doesn't have anything. We'll put a fatha, yeah? الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون.
الذين هم
عن صلاتهم ساهون.
Actually, let me just put a highlighter. Okay, then is الذين هم يراءون.
الذين هم يراءون
ويمنعون الماعون.
ويمنعون الماعون.
Okay, I'm going to read it with everyone again. Before that, let me just mark it. ولا يحض ضاد ولا يحض على طعام المسكين وويل للمصلين الذين هم. Why do you think I marked yellow here? Because it's إخفاء. عن صلاتهم صاد as well. Sometimes the صاد becomes a sin, but we have to do إخفاء as well. عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون. So there's a lot of letter ذال. But otherwise, besides that, this surah is quite straightforward. There's not too many rules, okay? Let's do it one more time, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين.
أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين
فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم.
فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم
ولا يحض على طعام المسكين.
ولا يحض على طعام المسكين
فويل للمصلين.
فويل للمصلين
الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون.
الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون
الذين هم يراءون.
الذين هم يراءون
ويمنعون الماعون.
ويمنعون الماعون.
Okay, any questions regarding these two surahs? No?
No.
Okay. This Lam Alif, Lam Alif, as I told you, when it comes on top of the circle, we stop because the circle is more stronger. When there's a circle, whatever's on top of the circle, we don't care. Okay? The circle is the ayah. It's the sign of it's a circle to tell you that the verse has finished. If there's a circle, we don't really bother what's on top of the circle. But if there's no circle and the Lam Alif comes in the middle, something like this. Let me just write it for you. So imagine there's a lam alif here. There's a lam alif here. So we don't stop. We don't say وَلَا يَحُضُّ عَلَى طَعَامٍ. We don't say that. If there's a lam alif in the middle, we carry on. But if there was a meme here, we stop. We say الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ, and then we say sahun. Yeah? But because there's stopping sign, we don't care what's on top. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay.